Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with the NHL main slate video. Had a great day in NBA. Way to finish off strong. And had a great day in NHL, guys. So if you're new, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below. And that also gets you in the free entry for a free $20 PayPal giveaway, guys. So every time you guys comment, hit a like on a video, you're automatically entered in that free $20 PayPal. Um, yeah, and I really appreciate the support. So the NBA All-Star break, we're gonna get a lot more people playing NHL. And for the most part, which is fine, a lot of people don't know that much about it. So for the Sharks like us, this is where we win. This is our like Christmas, our like best time of the season. So even if you're new to NHL, take some notes of these players, guys, and kind of like take into what I'm telling you. Stacking is a thing, all right. Stacking lines, or NHL players that play in lines, first line, second line, third line, sometimes fourth lines, and then power play lines. It all sounds confusing, but my biggest recommendation would be to just turn on a game and watch one game. Probably recommend your home team, right? You probably don't have a favorite NHL team, but if you don't, just watch your local team. Sit down, watch one game. You'll understand it a hell of a lot more. Um, so yeah, guys, this is how I did tonight. I'm pull it up here. So this was a new record for me this season. I got over a 200, got a 206, and mind you guys, I only played two lineups. This was the big GPP. I came in 98th out of 10,403. So I'm sure this would have done very close to a takedown in the smaller contest. So really proud of that. 1 out of 2 of my DraftKings cash, guys. So it was a great day. I got Preston in here, guys. Preston is my other NHL guys who we know. We got Adam in here helping out. I mean, we got some NHL sharks in here, guys. Monopoly got a 121 on DraftKings. Nice, dude. Very, very nice. Guys, so before we get into it, you know what time it is. If you want my lineups, my cheat sheets, the ownership, guys, the projections, it's none other than www.dfs.com, guys. I know there's don't you dare be sour because there's no NBA. We got NASCAR this weekend, NHL, UFC, more NASCAR. God knows what else. Maybe some golf. I don't know. But come check us out, guys, because we won't stop and we can't stop. DFS is every single day with us because we give you every single sport. I'm hearing more and more about these other providers offering packages, some raising prices on packages. They must be out their damn minds, guys. We're the cheapest in the industry. No packages. Everything is all access. Get NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA, college sports, EuroLeague basketball. Click join now. Click on my logo, Skywalker DFS, and then pick your plans, guys. We're the cheapest in the industry, and it's not even close. You get every single damn sport. And for the NBA slates, guys, we go live 1 hour before lock for the members only podcast. So shout out to the club, shout out to DFS Space, my brother from another mother. So yeah, guys, dfsclub.com. Don't miss out, especially this weekend. We're gonna have so much fun. And like I said, guys, this is the time to play some NHL DFS with us because I hate to say it, but I think we're gonna get a lot of people that don't normally play. So that's our chance to pounce because we're the Sharks. And guys, this is my sponsor. It's Draft Dashboard. $1 for 30 days. Click on the link in the description below. You yourself can have Draft Dashboard. You get access to all my save lineups, all my watch players, the watch players. They're just my player pools, guys. Right, Schroeder? This is Schroeder Skywalker if you're new. He's part of the show. Actually, he's the star of the show. You get the lineup optimizer, the player trends, who's trending up and who's straight getting into the old prison pocket, sleepers and studs of the slate, the position optimizer, and the NHL cheat sheet. Because if you can't win, cheat. As Schroeder would say, if you can't win, bite, because that's what he does. This is Draft Dashboard, guys. So let's get into it. Schroeder had to come by and say hi. So we're going to start off at center. So NHL is very streaky. So I watch the teams that are currently scoring like lots of goals because they'll do it like 2, 3, sometimes 4 games in a row. And then there's even good teams that are just go on cold streaks. So my picks are based off of how the teams have been playing. I've been playing both NHL, NBA since day one of this season. So let's go. So Tampa Bay, Nathan McKinnon. We don't know if he's going to play. He left last game with an injury. So I don't really feel good about playing him. Braden Point from Tampa Bay, 6'6". His price has come down. He used to be 7, almost 8K. But Tampa Bay scores a lot of goals. And then a nice team to stack too is Minnesota, the Minnesota Wild. They do need to change their name though. That is kind of fucking stupid. Um, First liner, Joel Eriksson Ek. He's only 4.6K on DraftKings, guys. 19-13 in his last two. He's the first line center, so he'll get a lot of ice time, guys. So I love stacking Minnesota almost every slate because they always score a lot of goals and they're very cheap. So Joel Eriksson Ek, get him in there. And of course, you got the chalky guys that are chalky almost every game. Patrice Bergeron in play at 7.7K. Boston's been kind of cold lately, though, but maybe they can turn it around tomorrow. We'll see. The Sharks are ice cold right now. The Kings are always kind of cheap to stack. Kopitar's price has gone down. He was in that 7K range. Now he's 6-1. So kind of interested in the Kings first line. So Aniz Kopitar at 6-1, definitely in play. So with McKinnon out up here, right, the first line center, um, Kazim Kadari took his spot. He went from the second line to the first line. 5.6K, got 15 fantasy points, guys. Colorado scores a lot of goals. They've been scoring a lot of goals, especially lately. So Kazim Kadari, guys, against Anaheim, one of the worst teams in the league, guys, get him in there, especially if McKinnon is out. All right, so let's go to winger. So again, guys, stacking is a thing. So if you're going to stack Patrice Bergeron, you got to go with David Pastrnak, guys, at 9.1K. Dude's a beast. You know, he's worth every cent here, but in NHL, it's kind of like MLB. Like, they won't always score double-digit fantasy points, right? And NHL is the same way. NBA, you can kind of count on like a 9K player getting you at least 30, right? But NHL, not so much. So you got to know when to strike. But David Pastrnak for that first line Boston line stack, yeah, you can get him in there. For that Colorado first line, you got Mikko Rantanen, 7.7K, has been going off lately. Him and Gabriel Landeskog had a great game last game. So yeah, guys, go back right to the well against Anaheim, who's not very good. Really liking a Colorado stack tomorrow, but they're always chalky. I kind of like to go with the unchalky stacks that I know are going to do good, but it's a process. Max Pacioretty from Vegas, guys, 7.4K. This dude, any given night, he can get a hat trick, a couple assists. Like, yeah, he's been straight fire this year. San Jose gives up the most goals in the league, guys. So Vegas is a good stack. Colorado's a good stack. But the downside is they're both very expensive. So that's when you got to get really creative. You got to get different from the field. And I have the tools that show me that kind of stuff. So that's what I give to my members. Especially Brad Marchand, right? You can stack him with Pasternak, but it's going to be expensive, and Bergeron. 7.3K. Couple last games, not too good, right? For 7.3. But like I said, they're very streaky. Right now, Boston's not scoring a lot of goals. So at any given day, they can explode. But I'm one of those guys, like, I got to see it first, especially when I'm paying a premium here. Landeskog, right? 5.9K, first line center for Colorado. The cheaper out of the two, I mean, you could go McKinnon if he plays. If not, then Kadari, and then you can stack him with Gabriel Landeskog here. Make sure you just stack the players with the right lines. Don't just stack the same players from the same team. Kind of make sure they're on the same line, first line, second line with each other. All right. Let's see here. Kevin Fiala, 5.5K. So if like I said, first line for Minnesota. Very nice price. He's kind of up and down this season, but for 5.5, I think it's worth the shot. And then Matt Zuccarello, guys, he came back from injury kind of late this season and just straight turned it on. He plays in the third line for Minnesota. So if you just want to stand alone, just roster him, get him in there, guys. You don't have to stack. For years, I didn't do it. I'll play like 2 lines, maybe 3 sometimes. I might do 3 lines because there's no NBA, so I have a little bit more on my bankroll. But you can do just isolated players. You do not have to stack. It's just a strategy. Some people believe in it, some people don't. Because of course, if one of your guys gets a goal, the other guy gets an assist, and hopefully the other guy gets an assist. So that's a total of what on DraftKings, a total of 20 fantasy points just for one goal between 3 players. FanDuel, they get like what? I forget how many points for assist. It's really high on FanDuel though. So yeah, guys, just keep that in mind. But you can do these standalone players like Andres Palat here from Tampa Bay. I like playing him alone. 5.2K, 10, 14 in his last 2. Just Tampa Bay has not been so hot lately, but like I said, they're due, but I got to see it first. Adam Kempe, Adam Kemp, sorry, Adam Kempe, first line winger for the Kings, 3.7K. So if you want to do a King stack, they're always kind of sneaky, right? Maybe get 3 or 4 goals a game. They've turned it up this year. So nice low option first liner. So we'll get a lot of ice time, guys. So Adrian, what did I call him? Kempy? Get him in there, guys. 3.7K. So that's some value there. And Zach Parisi, guys, 3.1K. Minnesota, 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 right? They've just been scoring a lot of goals. So standalone player here, I believe he plays the third line. So again, these lines can change. So I'm assuming the third line because that's what he's been playing lately. So yeah, get him in there. So Chicago, yeah, I know, right? They're not scoring a lot of goals. They're underachieving this year. But you got Patrick Kane. You can play him standalone here. He's 9K, 26, 12 and 12 in his last 3. Projected to get 12. He's one of the best players in the league, right? So same with Ovechkin here. Washington too. Not scoring a lot of goals, but it's Ovechkin, it's Patrick Kane. These are the studs of the league. Now, the people that don't normally play are just going to play the names. I already know that's what they're going to do. They're going to play the Ovechkins, the Patrick Kanes, the Sidney Crosbys, when Pittsburgh's on the slate. So this is how we get the edge over them. So I got a feeling these guys will be extra highly owned. Alex DeBrincat, guys from Chicago, if you want to stack him with Patrick Kane, these two are deadly together, man. Coming off a 38-point fantasy game, 8K, yeah, guys. But Chicago, you just got to be careful because those 3, maybe 4 goals a game they get. If you're paying this much salary for these 2 first liners, you better hope to God they're the ones scoring. That's the only thing with NHL guys. Even with Kubliak for Chicago is not bad at 5.1K, 16, 21 in his last 2, not bad. And if you guys want to get, I mean, sometimes Arizona scores a lot of goals too. 5K for Clayton Keller is not bad. 12, 16, 12. He's just one of those safe players, it seems like, every slate, guys. So Clayton Keller at 5K, you can get him in there. Let's see. Jordan Greenway's been, hit and miss, hit and miss. But he does play on this first line for Minnesota. So if you want to stack that Minnesota first line, you see what I'm talking about. They're very, very affordable. He's only 3.4K, guys. I mean, you don't have to stack all 3 players. You can maybe do 2 forwards and 1 defenseman, right? So let's go to defense. Defense. So I normally pay down at defense. It's been working out for me this season, but when I have that extra salary to pay up, then yeah, I don't mind paying up a defense. But a lot of your salary goes to the goalie. Goalies are always priced up. In my videos, I'm not going to give you guys goalies to play because I don't even know if they're going to play. Goalies are like pitchers in baseball. We don't know until maybe a couple hours before the puck drops if they're going to be starting or if the backup's going to be starting. So goalies, you guys are on your own. But yeah, Victor, let's see here. Alexander Pietrangelo. Sound like a goddamn champagne bottle. Came over to Vegas, man, from St. Louis. Been feeling him pretty nice. He's 6.1K. Yeah, guys, get him in there. Vegas and San Jose, man. That's a heated rivalry. Heated rivalry. You're gonna see a lot of penalty minutes here. You're gonna see a lot of fisticuffs. I like Martinez too. I've been rostering him a lot this year at 5.3 because he's always affordable. And he smashed his value, guys. 13, 9, 16 in his last three. Get him in there. Torrey Krug coming over from Boston to St. Louis at 5.1 is always a great play, guys. Someone you can count on. And then let's talk about Samuel Girard here. He's been turning it up lately. He got a very slow start to the season. He's now 4.9K, but double-digit fantasy points, guys. I believe in his last four. Yeah, in his last four games. So, yeah, Sam Girard at 4.9. You can get him in there. Matt Dumba has just been very cheap this year. First line defenseman for Minnesota, 4.7K. You can definitely get 20 fantasy points on any given night, guys. Ryan Graves also for Colorado, 4.4K. One of my favorite punt defensemen, I'd say, of the season so far. Because for this low price here, you can get you double-digit fantasy points. More than less on any given night, guys. Then you got Jared Spurgeon, sound like a goddamn fish you catch in the Delta, a Spurgeon. But he's 3.9K, guys. Another one. Good punt play. Minnesota's so cheap. He's got double-digit fantasy points in his last three, almost his last four. That fourth, he got 9. So Jared Spurgeon, put him on a fish hook and get him in there at 3.9K. Brett Burns, San Jose Sharks, 6.6K. He's finally come to life. He had a very slow start to the season, but he's one of the best defensemen in the league, guys. And he still got it. So Brett Burns at 6.6. Even though the Sharks aren't scoring goals, he gets those blocks. He gets those shots on goal. Those add up. 5 shots on goal, you get a bonus on DraftKings. So 3 blocks. If you block a puck with your body, you get fantasy points for that stuff. And that's how a lot of these D guys accumulate fantasy points. So, yeah, guys, Brett Burns, get him in there. Drew Doherty from LA, also 5.4K. You're getting a great defenseman here at a cheap price. 17 and 18 in his last two. First line defenseman, guys. He stays out there for damn near 30 minutes of ice time a game. So Drew Doherty's definitely in play. And that's going to do it, guys. So let's go to the lineup optimizer here. And let's put something together. So first we'll do DraftKings, right? So I can already see here I got Joel, Eric. So let's do a Minnesota stack. So let's go down here. Make sure I don't pass anybody up here. I think I might have already. Jordan Greenway. So first liner, right? You guys see where I'm getting at? And then let's do, you don't have to do all three on the line. Tampa Bay, LA, Colorado. So I'm going to assume McKinnon's out. So Kadari would go to that first line. And then I want to pair up his winger with him. Mikko Rattinen's more consistent. I'll say that. So we got our mini stack here of Colorado and Minnesota. And then here's where you can do your standalone players, guys, right? Clayton Keller's fine at 5K. Adam Hempe, Parisi's 3-1. We'll get him in here. This goalie here, guys, you can fill in your goalie. I don't know if Philip Grubauer is going to start, but that's against Anaheim. I would recommend you roster a goalie against Anaheim because they don't score a lot of goals. And then the defenseman here, actually, I'm fine with this. And then what I love here about the utility spot is you can just see how much you have left and just put a standalone guy here. Like, I don't mind going Kopitar here. And you got 300 left. So Kadari. So, again, Minnesota, Colorado stack. And then you got your standalone players. You got your defensemen. And then just throw in a goalie, guys. So let's go to FanDuel. Same kind of premise, but FanDuel, it has 2 utility spots. So this is Tampa Bay's goalie. I'm not saying I rarely pay for the most expensive goalie on the slate, so I'll just throw anybody in here. probably a mid-range, so it kind of gives you guys like a better aspect of where I'm going here. I'll do Minnesota over here again, and I will also do the same thing. I will do Colorado, Minnesota over here. Mikko Ratnen's fine. Let's see. Where's my man at? Is he that? Yeah, Jordan Greenway is only 4K on FanDuel. So we're under salary by 5K by a lot. So defenseman, we can pay up here. We can just go to our utility guys, and we can use all our salary on patch or but I don't want to do that. We can go. I like to do these mid-tier guys. Clayton Keller's fine, and then another utility spot. We can go. Hi, Schroeder. Look at this paw about to hit my face. I kind of like don't like doing a defenseman in my utility spot though. All right, so defense. So I think I'm pretty. You can only roster so many on one team. I think it's 4 on FanDuel is the max. So Brett Burns and Victor D'Angelo is fine. So Kadeem Kadari, Joel X. So you got Colorado, Minnesota again. Then you got your standalone utilities. You got Clayton Keller, Matt Zurello, and whatever goalie you guys want. I'll save that too, guys. And that's going to do it. So we'll be doing these NHL video, guys, until the NBA season comes back. Hi, look at this. He's biting my arm. He really wants attention. All right, Schroeder. So remember, guys, dfsclub.com. You want my lineups, my cheat sheets, the ownership. You want to play some fantasy sports with us this weekend. MMA, NHL every day, guys. NASCAR, probably some golf. Who knows? Everything we play, right? That's right, Schroeder. All right, guys. So, yeah, dfsclub.com. Come check us out. We would love to have you. And don't forget, Draft Dashboard is only $1 for 30 days. Schroeder and I are going to say a prayer for everybody, and we're going to get up out of here. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your pets, right? The pets? Yeah. Schroeder says, let's get this bread. Don't take shit from nobody because Schroeder and I are out.